Hi my friends, and welcome to another exciting one. Today we are going to learn how to download, install and set up Blender for the first time. So if you're a beginner, this is a very beginner friendly, and then some advanced to intermediate people to learn one or two things along the way. So we are going to learn how to download Blender and then turn out some few settings in the preference here and there to make our Blender usage more efficient and more friendly and more beginner friendly as we go on. So as you know, Blender just released a new version, which is the version 4.5, and then I said, well, this will be a good opportunity for all of us to download and install it for the first time and see my workflows and then behind the scene on some settings I turn on here and there. So without much talks, let's jump right into it and get started. So first, let's open up our browser. I'm going to search for my browser, and then we quickly type blender.org. I'm going to leave a link in the description below. So blender.org, just type it inside your search browser, and then you will be greeted with this window, right? So this is the place where we will be able to get Blender to download it for free. As we all know, it's free forever. So first, click on download, and then it will bring you here, freedom to create, download Blender, and you see we have Blender 4.5, which is the latest and newest version of Blender. If you scroll down, you'll be able to learn what's new in this version and other cool stuff. So first, to download this file, make sure your right operating system is selected. I'm on Windows and I'm using Windows. So in case you're using Mac OS or other version, you toggle here and you'll be able to select the operating system. So once you choose your operating system, just hit on download, and then your download will start automatically. If you don't start, you can click on download manually to start with your download. So I'll just quickly download it onto my PC. Just make sure you know where the file is going to be downloaded, and also hit on start download. So once my download is done, I'll locate where the download file was saved. So it's going to be a very straightforward installation. Just double click on your installer, and then Blender will prepare to install, right? So just hit on next. Look, just change this in case you want to, and then let's hit on next. I'm going to leave mine at the default location. It's fine. I'll just hit on next, and then you hit on install, and then hit on yes to accept, and then wait for a little bit for it to install onto your computer. It's very simple and straightforward. Doesn't require you to add in any credit card or anything. Is free forever. Yay. So once it's finished, just hit on finish, and then if you want to learn how to support Blender, just leave it on. It's going to open something on your browser. Just hit on finish, and then it opens Blender Fund. If you have some money to donate, please feel free, go ahead and then donate to Blender to help make it free forever. Next, once it's downloaded, we can open it up. So mine shows on my folder on my desktop here. You can see we have Blender 4.5. I'll just double click to set it up for the first time, right? So once you click and open it, this is what you have here. First, this is a quick setup. So it's going to ask you for your language. Obviously, I'm leaving mine at English. Theme, are you going for the light or the dark theme? So let's change to light and see. This is the light theme. I prefer the dark theme, so I'll go with the dark theme. Key map, let's leave it as Blender. Mouse select, which one are we using for our selection? Let's leave it as left. And then spacebar action, we want it to do a playback of our timeline. So let's leave it as play, or that's how I leave it at. You can change it to various options as well. You can change it to search or to tools. So next, let's hit on continue, and then we continue, and then we'll be greeted with our default splash screen as always. So you can hit on general, and then you start with your fresh Blender install, right? So let's make some few changes in our settings. Let's start by going to our edit and then preference, and then let's start with our system, right? So at the system, which device do we want to use to render our cycles? First is set to none. So you set it based on your GPU and CPU combination. So the CUDA is for older version of I think older version, and then the newer version. So older version, if your GPU is something lower than RTX, then you go with CUDA. So something like GTX. So if you're using GTX 1080 Ti or something lower, then you go with CUDA, right? And then you can either check or uncheck your CPU so that when your machine is rendering, it uses the GPU and then the CPU at the same time. Next, we have the optics, which is for the newer version of graphics card, so the RTS version and the rest. So I'll leave mine to optics since I'm using an RTX. It will help speed up my render, make my render a little bit faster. And then next we have the HIP, that is if you're using an AMD GPU or RDNA architecture GPU and the likes. So if you're using an AMD GPU, you'll be able to check or select this. And then the last one we have is one API, which is for Intel graphics. So I'm going to leave mine at optics since I'm using the RTX graphics. So next, let's look at the display graphics, which is a very huge one. So for the long time, Blender has always been at OpenGL, but in the version 4.5, there's a new one we can select, which is the Vulkan, right? So once we select it, you see here we have to restart our Blender before the Vulkan will kick in place. And then second, current Vulkan backend limitation is low performance in VR. Apart from that, it completely speeds up our Blender. There's a lot of videos online on how it helps make Blender a lot faster in various ways in your simulation, viewport optimization, your renders and everything. So make sure you have it checked to Vulkan. And then next, let's leave everything as it is, and then let's come to our network. Let's make sure we have allow online access checked so that we'll be able to install extensions straight from online. It's very important, so let's make sure we have it checked. And then next, this one is very important, the number of undo steps. So let's hold this and then drag it to as many as possible that Blender allows, which is 256. This will help you to be able to undo 256 times. It's very important. You're going to need it, trust me. When you start making a lot of mistakes once you are modeling, you would like to undo. Yeah, so it's very important we set it to the highest that we can. Next, let's go to our navigation. So from system, let's move to navigation, and then the navigation orbit method, let's send it to tenable. That's fine. And then we can do orbit around selection. So now you see we have selection. Once we start orbiting, it's not orbiting around the selection, so let's make sure we check orbit around selection. And then whenever we have any object in our scene like this, so let me bring this here, let me do shift D, let me just create duplicate. Whenever I start to orbit, it's always going to orbit around my selection. It's very important, so I always leave it checked on. Next, let's come down to our zoom method. So I'll leave these two at there, and then one important thing I have to turn on is zoom to mouse position. So I'll just check here so that I'll always zoom to where my mouse is positioned, right? So if I scroll my mouse wheel here, you see where my mouse is positioned, it will zoom there. If I bring my mouse here and start scrolling, start zooming, it's always going to zoom to my mouse position. That's very important thing to turn on. Next, we will have to go to our extensions and then make sure we turn on some few important extensions. The first one we're going to turn on is the loop. So the loop tools, so just check for loop, and then you see loop tools, just click on install, and then it will go to online and then install and activate it for you. So the loop tool will let us, if we select this, we jump into edit mode by hitting on tab, right click, you see we have loop tools here, and we get a bunch of cool tools we'll be able to play with once we start modeling. Next, we have to turn on the node wrangler, almighty node wrangler. We can't go without. So let's quickly search for node, and then where's our node wrangler? I think it's already turned on. Let's check. Let's go back to our add-ons and then let's look for node. Yeah, so we have node wrangler here. So it's already installed, but you have to turn it on. So go to your add-ons, search for node wrangler, and then make sure you have it checked, right? So with node wrangler checked, if I bring this in here, and then it works in any editor that uses node. So we have our geometry node editor, shader node editor, or any editor that uses node, you'll be able to use your node wrangler. So it will allow us to do some cool tips and cool shortcuts, tips and tricks inside our node editor like this. So if I select this and then hit on Ctrl T, you'll be able to set up an image texture straight away for me without me tinkering with it like that. So it has a lot of cool features as well, so we have to make sure we have it turned on. Next, let's go back to our get extension, and then I think there are few ones we have to turn on as well. So now if I jump out of edit mode and then I'll do Shift A to add in a new material, if you take a look at our mesh, by default this is all the primitives that we have with Blender, but there are some tools that we can turn on to add in even more. So first one is to search for extra, and then we can turn on extra mesh object. So let's install it, and then let's install our extra curve object as well. So once we turn those on, now if we do Shift A, go to mesh, you see we have a whole lot of other cool defaults primitives that we can work with. So I can select gear, and then we have a gear that we can work with, and then there are other cool torus like pipes and all that. We can select gemstone, and then we'll be able to add them into our scene as easy as that. And then the last thing, which is very important, is copy attributes menu. So let's make sure we have this add-on installed as well. So let's hit on install to install it into our scene. It does some cool stuff, but it's only a few people use it, and it's very, very, very cool and powerful. So let's say we have this tool here. Let me just do a quick demo. If I select this, then I hit on S to scale, and then I scale it up like this, and then maybe I rotate it like this, right? So if I select this and then I hold Shift to select this, I'll be able to, and then I do Control C, I'll be able to copy the object location. I'll be able to copy the object scale. So let's copy the scale, you see, and then we'll be able to copy the object rotation as well. So if we do Control C, copy object rotation, you see we'll be able to copy the rotation as well. It's very, very, very powerful, and you have to turn it on if you want your Blender to work smoothly and coolly as you want. Next is important for our laptop users. So if you go to input, and then let's say you don't have a mouse and your laptop doesn't come with a numpad, you can turn on emulate numpad and then emulate 3-button mouse, so that you'll be able to use your trackpad as your mouse button. Yes, I think that's it. These are the most important thing. The last thing you would do, which I usually do sometimes, is, let's say you see every time we are greeted with our default cube. So let's say you want something else, or let's say we want to save this setup like this, so that anytime we open Blender, we get all these primitives here set up for us and everything, blah blah blah. Let's just say you have a startup file and then you want to save it. You just have to come to your file, default, and then do save startup file, right? So once you do save startup file, anytime you open Blender, your file that you saved is always going to be the first thing that gets opened. I hope you enjoyed this one. It's my friend. See you on the next one, and enjoy your blending. Thanks. Peace out.